And welcome folks to the Pictou County Wellness Center for this Sunday game between the Weeks and the Islanders. Puck drop for the first period, so it's about to be underway. And here we go. Islanders win it back. McGinnis. That's played over. And dumped into the weak zone. Sullivan can't get a handle on it, so Fleet will take a shot. It goes off the pad of Jake Thorne, who's in between the pipes for the Weeks this evening, or this afternoon, sorry. Croft moving over to Frazier. Frazier walking in now, hands back to Cameron, back to Frazier, and it's covered up by Bell. Draw here in the Islanders zone. One back for the Islanders, and they'll push it out to the neutral zone. Bertram picks it up now, and he'll hand it over to Frazier. Frazier walking in with a shot on net. That's deflected in front. Played out. Fleet trying to get it off the boards, but Pugsley will grab it and throw it back in. Fleet with the drop pass to McGinnis. McGinnis over. And that's dumped in. Bertram now bringing it out of his zone. Flipped over. Frazier getting there, and he'll pick it up. Moves it over to Swain, a little bit too far ahead of him. That's thrown in. Sullivan, or McKenzie, excuse me. He'll throw up to Swain. Swain in the neutral zone, hands it back for Sim. Sim will dump it in on the backhand. Moved around now. McGinnis throwing it up the boards to McDonald. McDonald dumps it in. And we're going to get an icing here against the Islanders. Draw here in the Islanders zone again for the Weeks. And Hunter McDonald will have to come in and take the draw. That's pushed through by the Weeks into the corner. Down in the corner for Swain. Swain having a look now, and he'll throw it back in behind the net. Sim will race for it. And he'll get there, tries to play it in front for Swain. A shot on net goes off the pad of Bell. Moved up now, the Islanders. Playing it through. Hunter McDonald will pick it up in the corner of the weak zone. Plays it in front, no one's there. Got to go back around in the corner for McKenzie. He'll play it off for Sim. Sim up for Kidd now. And Kidd will break it out as he passes to White, who dumps it in. Moving through now. Cameron there at the neutral zone to poke that out of possession for the Islanders. It's dumped back into the weak zone, and we'll get another icing. Here in the Islanders zone once again. So that's played into Bell, and he'll cover it up. Draw one in. It's White with a shot on net, and he scores! White with the big first goal of the game. And the Weeks are up by one early. Right off the face-off, White pushes in and beats Bell with that backhand. Giving them an early lead. Watt pushes it through for the Islanders. Down into the corner, Cameron's there. That gets moved up to Green. Off for Sim. Sim moving up now. He'll walk around. He's got Green and Eisner with him. He'll take a shot that goes off the pad of Bell. Moved up to Sullivan. He'll hand it over to Cameron at the blue line. Cameron played it in for Kidd. Cameron with a couple nice moves in, and he'll circle back around. Gives it back for Kidd. Kidd with a shot on net. That's hit in front, and Sim's down, and he's not feeling good. I think he got hit by that puck. He's up and all right now. Moving towards the bench. Kidd's got a wicked wrist shot, and you can see that it does do some damage if you are hit by it. That's played back for Frazier in the Islander zone. The Weeks have possession, shot on net. Flipped up and out of the danger zone. Frazier will have to race for it. McGinnis is there. He'll play it around to Ellis. Ellis playing it up, and that's moved up. Islanders trying to get in now. It's Fleet. Fleet with a nice move around towards the net. A shot on net goes off the crossbar and out. A good chance for Fleet to tie things up early. Bertram loses his footing. He'll play that around for Pugsley. Pugsley chopping at it, bringing it out into the neutral zone. Ellis grabs it, and he'll play it in now. We're going to get an offside. The last time these teams met up was the Weeks' last home game, where the Weeks took the win 5-1. Islanders back in Pictou, looking for their revenge here. One back over to McKenzie. McKenzie to Williams. Williams will play it up, and that hits off the leg of Green. Kidd walking through. Kidd moved in with lots of speed, and he'll try and tuck it through the 5-hole. Covered up by Bell. A good opportunity for Kidd. Draw here in the Islanders zone. That's one back to Williams with a quick shot on net. That's gloved up by Bell. Draw here again to the right of Bell in the Islanders zone. That's played through to Green. Green firing it around the boards. Kidd lost his stick, so that moves up. McGinnis trying to get the pass off. Coming through, over to McGinnis with a shot on net, and he scores. Islanders tie things up with a quick response here in the first period. Number 39, McGinnis with the goal. A great 2-on-1 play. One back now for the Weeks. Sullivan will dump it in. Played around. White's there battling for it. Moved up into the neutral zone. And Sullivan will have to chase. No icing on this play. Moved around now for Tremholm. He'll walk into the corner, trying to play it in front. That's blocked. Move over to Eisner. Eisner's having a look, and he'll try and make a pass. And that's offside. .15:07 left to go in the first period. We already have 2 goals, one for each team. As that's one back to Sullivan. He'll dump it in. Played around. McDonald's there, and White intercepts that pass and plays it back in for McIntosh. White in there again, battling for it, but McDonald comes out with it. Moved up. Cameron has it now. He'll make a couple moves and hand it over to his D partner, Sullivan. As that's moved up, Eisner can't get to the pass, so that goes the length of the ice. Islanders bringing it into the neutral zone now. It's over for Hunter McDonald. He'll flip it up high and into the weak zone. And he got hit pretty heavy, and he seems to be frustrated there. Slapped his stick against the boards as he goes to the bench. Frazier walking in now, hands it over. Pugsley can't get there. So that's moved into the neutral zone. McCackron playing it up. Played through for Frazier. We're going to get a hand pass. Draw here just outside the weak zone. It's won back by the Islanders. Move over and play it up. Thorns behind the net to make a play with it. Played in front, a risky chance there, but Frazier intercepts that pass. Played over for Pugsley. That pass gets intercepted and it goes off for McCackron, who dumps it in on the back end. Moved up, Davidson can't get that pass. And an icing on that play against the Islanders. So we go back down to the Islanders' end. Weeks getting ready to set up for an offensive zone chance here. Kidd taking the draw against Fleet. Kidd wins it back. It's moved up for McKenzie with a shot on net, and that hits. Looks like Green in front. Moved up, here comes Fleet now. Playing through, he'll circle back and throw it in. No one's there, so McKenzie will grab it in the corner. He moves up for Swain. Swain off for Kidd. Kidd walking in now, a couple nice moves. Tries to put it in with one hand, but Bell shuts the door. Moved up, McKenzie with a shot blocked in front. Eisner moving it up. Williams keeping it in at the blue line. Battle for it now, and it comes out to the neutral zone. Weeks will have to clear, as that's dumped in by the Islanders. Williams behind the net now, having a look. He'll lose that one in the corner, and there'll be a battle for it. Kidd's in there to help. Kidd taking a moment behind his net as he plays it up to Eisner. That pass is blocked by Tremholm. Eisner grabbing it again, though. He plays it back for McKenzie. Over to Williams. Williams with a stretch pass up to Kidd. Kidd with a shot on net for the blue line, and it's gloved up and played by Kidd, or by Bell, sorry, but the rest blew the whistle. Shots 10-2 for the Weeks thus far, as we're almost halfway through the first period. The draw is won back by the Islanders. Weird bounce off the glass there. Islanders will start to break it out now, as Chisholm brings it in. And it's back for Cameron, who plays it off for Sullivan with a nice move. And he'll pass up to Eisner, but can't get there in time. Sullivan playing a defensive game in front there, and he'll get possession and hand it off for Cameron. Cameron, he'll circle back, waiting for his teammates to change as that goes over to McCackron. McCackron will wait for Bertram to come out. Here's Bertram handing it up. McIntosh trying to play it over where Croft will get it. We're going to get a penalty here against the Islanders. Bertram now playing it over for Frazier. Frazier walking in. He'll try and flip it over, but that puck is touched by the Islanders. And we're going to get a tripping call. So number 27, McGinnis, will go to the box for tripping, and the Weeks will get their first power play of the game. An opportunity to take the lead here as we're halfway through the first. Croft winning it back to Bertram. Bertram walking the blue line. He'll play it over to McKenzie, over to Frazier with a shot on net, and that hits in front and goes around. Frazier couldn't keep it in. Here comes McDonald, moving in with lots of speed. A shot on net goes up into the netting. A short-handed opportunity for Kieran McDonald. So the draw here will be in the weak zone. As that's one back by the Islanders. Gets played around. Bertram grabs it and hands it back in for McKenzie. McKenzie moving for... That's up to Frazier. Frazier playing it back for Bertram. Bertram over to Croft. Croft with a shot. Rebound goes out for Frazier with another shot. That almost tips in. It's moved around. McKenzie keeps it in at the line. McKenzie over to Bertram. Bertram to Frazier. Back to Bertram at the top of the zone. Bertram with a shot on net. Hit off the stick of Bell. McKenzie picks up the rebound. He'll walk up the blue line, hand it in for Frazier. Frazier over, and that tips off of an Islanders leg and goes out back to the weak zone. McDonald coming in with some speed and putting some pressure on McKenzie. Williams walking through now. He'll play it into the corner, and there'll have to be a battle for it. Moved up for Kidd. Kidd down in for Swain behind the net, back to Kidd. Kidd with a shot on net, tipped in front. Swain has it, and he'll play it up the boards to Kidd. Kidd down in for Swain. He'll try and play it over to Williams, and he can't get the shot off. White grabbing it. That pass gets intercepted. And McDonald will flip it up and through. With just 9 seconds left on the Weeks man advantage, Thorne will cover it. Draw here in the weak zone. And we're past the 10-minute mark, so both teams will get a quick 1-minute break here, and we'll be back in just a moment for the rest of the first. And welcome back here, folks. After a quick halfway point break, we are ready to go for the rest of the first period. Weeks only have the man advantage for another 7 seconds here. As draws one back to Sullivan, to Cameron. Cameron having a look behind his own net, and he'll move it up to McIntosh. Back to even strength now. Eisner brings it in, and he'll play it around the back of the net. And here comes McDonald trying to play it through. Big hit behind the net in there. Sullivan crashing down to the ice. Moved over to Green. Green walking in now. Played over. Davidson intercepts that one, but it's moved up to Cameron with a shot on net. Hit the leg of Aiden McDonald as that's moved up to Sullivan, who keeps it in at the line with a shot on net. Sticked away by Bell. Tremholm playing it up. And it's up for Watt. Watt walking through with a shot on net, tipped in front by McAckern. Battle along the boards now. Off for McAckern. McAckern having a look at his options, and he'll play it up to Frazier. Frazier's pass gets blocked by Kieran McDonald at the red line. So it'll go back. McCachran over to Bertram. Bertram trying to shake off Watt as he plays it up to the neutral zone. Pugsley now. Bertram's joining the play. Another shot on net from Pugsley. Tipped away behind the net. It's in front. Croft can't get a shot off. And Pugsley scores. What a goal. Weeks take the lead with 7:54 left in the first period. Off a beautiful place shot from Pugsley. That's one back by the Islanders. Croft on that play got hit pretty hard by the net, and seems all focus went to that. And then Pugsley grabs it and goes short side, top left snipe to give the Weeks the lead. That's played over for McInnes, and he'll put it in on the backhand. Thorne sticks it away into the corner. McCachran trying to play it through. McCachran up. Pugsley with it again. Looking to get by McInnes, but he's got some speed and hits him into the boards. There'll be a battle for it as Pugsley loses his stick. Up for McKenzie, and he'll take a shot on net. A weird bounce off the blocker of Bell. As that's moved down into the weak zone. Williams over for McKenzie. McKenzie playing it up, and Frazier tips that one in. Islanders breaking it out now. That goes down the length of the ice, and we'll get an icing here. Never mind. No icing on that play as McDonald's in there battling for it. So we've got Chisholm throws it in behind the Weeks net. Kid on the boards, gets hit heavy into the boards as Sim grabs it. A delayed penalty here against the Islanders. Thorne left the net. And Huchshorst decides to shoot the puck in anyway, and McKenzie doesn't like that. And neither do the other Weeks players, so they'll all have some words to say to each other as Kid almost gets a penalty here for talking some smack in front of the ref. Draw one back into the Islanders' corner. Tremholm moving it up, and McDonald trying to play it through, but that's kept in at the line by Sim. Sim playing it in as that goes around in front. Cameron rushing in to get that one as he tries to keep it in, and he will. It's down in the corner for Swain. Over for Sim along the boards, and he'll lose his footing. Moved up as McDonald throws that one out. Behind the Weeks net now is Cameron. Cameron handing it over to Kidd. Kidd walking in. He's got a ton of speed, and that pass, or the shot, gets blocked in front. And the Islanders will clear again. Just 1:04 left on the Weeks man advantage. That's played around for Sullivan. Sullivan racing to get there. It's McKenzie, excuse me. McKenzie in his own zone now. Taking his time, looking to set something up here. That's moved up to Sim. Sim over. Pugsley looking to get there. Here comes Pugsley. He'll drop it back for Kidd. Kidd to McKenzie. McKenzie switching spots with Bertram as he hands it over to Croft. Croft walking in, a shot on net, and it goes in! Croft scores on the power play, making it 3-1. It looks like Pugsley will get the goal credit. He must have tipped it in there off of the Croft shot. But But nonetheless, Weeks up 3-1 on that man advantage opportunity. McDonald now. Played in front. Rebounds alive. And the Islanders respond early. Hugh Shorst making it 3-2 for the Islanders. On that previous week's goal, Pugsley was first in the line, but Croft got announced for the goal, so I will go with Croft until something changes. Maybe Pugsley did tip it in, and that'll be a conversation after the game. As it's up, McIntosh trying to catch them on the change there, trying to play through, but he gets shut down. A couple players go down to the corners. There's a battle for it. Sullivan passes it over to McCackern, to Eisner. Eisner walking through now. Back for White with a shot on net. Goes wide. White moving up. Sullivan with a 1-T, and that's gloved up by Bell. Draw here in the Islanders' zone. 3:49 left to go. Sim will get kicked out of the draw, so Kidd will take it. There'll be a battle for it. Chisholm playing it back through. Bertram keeps it at the line with a shot on net. Gloved up by Bell. Draw here again in the Islanders' zone. Sim wins it back to Bertram. Bertram over. A shot on it from Cameron. Blocked in front by Tremholm. Sim playing it up. Another shot on net from Kidd. As that flips behind the net. Islanders trying to break it out now as Davidson battles for it. Moved up and picked up by Watt. And he'll bring it in now, trying to get around Bertram. As that goes back for Cameron. Cameron playing it off the boards with a nice move. Move over to Bertram. Bertram with the saucer pass up. Cameron couldn't get there. Tremholm battling for it now. As that stumped into the Islanders' zone. Sim in there chasing. As it's moved up to Davidson. He'll have to battle with McKenzie for it. McKenzie will get it out to the neutral zone. As Sim is hit hard at the neutral zone. He's up and all right. Williams now. Playing it through. A couple nice moves, and he'll bring it into the Islanders' zone. Williams almost got through there, but couldn't split the D. As Frazier dumps it in at the line. Moved around for McGinnis. That moves up. Here comes Fleet. Fleet over. Here comes Davidson walking through. A shot on net. Kept out by Thorne. McKenzie playing it through. Kieran McDonald with another shot. That's flipped up high to the other side of the ice. Ellis is there. He picks it up. Shot on net. What a goal! Ellis ties things up. With a beautiful short side shot above the head of Thorne. What a goal. So things are all tied up with 2 minutes left in the first. As the Weeks win it back. McCackern playing it over to Sullivan. Sullivan moves it up to White. And White will dump it in. McIntosh will go chasing. Battle for it along the boards there. Fleet in the corner. get it out. Moved up for Kieran McDonald. Sullivan picks it up off his stick and moves it back. Intercepted. Eisner trying to play it through. That stick gets tipped away. And we're going to get a penalty here against the Islanders once again. For high sticking, it looks like. So the draw here in the Islanders zone. 1:15 left in play. Weeks have the man advantage for the remainder of the period. That's one back. Moved up to Cameron. Cameron with a shot on net. Blocked in front by Bell. That goes down the length of the ice. Cameron will grab it. Cameron now trying to get around. That pass is intercepted by McGinnis. And it's dumped in. It was Aiden McDonald, excuse me. That goes back for Williams. Williams gets hit into the boards heavy as he loses his footing. Sim moves it up for Kidd. Kidd walking up now, trying to play it around the boards. Sim now giving it up to Williams. And he'll get pushed down. Sim over. Move back up to Cameron. 20 seconds left in the period. Sim playing it in. Williams can't get the shot off, and Cameron can't keep it in. Swain grabbing it. Swain's got Sim with him. He'll play it over. Wrap around, and Bell shuts the door. And that'll be the end of the first period. An exciting one. Both teams getting 3 goals of their own. Things are tied up, and we'll be back in just a moment with the second. And welcome back here, folks, for the second period of this matchup between the Islanders and the Weeks. An exciting first period with both teams scoring 3 goals. So we go into the second all tied up. And the Weeks, starting in the second, have a 45-second man advantage. And the puck is dropped. A battle for it at the dot, as it's won back for Fraser. Fraser handing over to Bertram. Bertram over to Pugsley. Pugsley trying to play it over to Croft. Fraser's in there. And he'll play it around. Pugsley will have to race there. Battle for it in the corner. Croft backhanding it up to Fraser at the line. Fraser over to Bertram. Bertram with the shot on net. Tipped in front. McKenzie. And it's in! A goal early in the second for the Weeks. McKenzie. Giving the Weeks the lead, 4-3. An initial shot on net got rebounded back out to him. That's in behind Bell. Play through, White with it now. Playing behind the net, Eisner trying to get there. Hunter McDonald has it, and he'll move it up. Goes down the length of the ice, Cameron grabbing it, but he's tipped off that one, and Ellis having it. He'll take him over behind his net as he moves it up. McGinnis tipping it in on net, and Thorne will cover it up. Draw here in the weak zone. As McKenzie gets the power play, has to move back to 5-on-5. Draw one back by the Islanders. Moved in. Sullivan now, handing it over. That gets intercepted. McDonald behind to the Weeks net now, battling for it. That'll go around for Kidd. Kidd pushed off that one by Chisholm. As that's moved up, here comes Kidd now. He's got Swain with him. It's a 2-on-1 for the Weeks. Shot on net, off the shoulder. Rebounds alive, Swain. Trying to poke it through. And it's kept out and into the glove of Bell. A good opportunity for the Weeks once again. Here in the Islander zone. Fraser wins it over. Croft will throw it in behind the net for Pugsley. Pugsley around racing forward as Bertram comes in, and he'll move it back the other way. Hit into the boards by Croft, and Fraser keeps it in. Bertram trying to play it through, but that's intercepted by Watt. Moved up. Here comes McDonald. Shot on net goes off the stick of Thorne. And that's moved up. Here come the Weeks, a 3-on-2. Pugsley. And that's offside, unfortunately, for the Weeks. So both teams will get a quick change here to get some fresh legs out there. And the draw will be just outside the Islander zone. One back by the Islanders. Ellis moving it up. Swain's there to intercept that one. McGinnis playing it up, and he'll dump it into the weak zone. Williams is there to grab it in the corner, but he's hit off that one. Aiden McDonald battling. It's off for Watt. Watt behind the net, plays it in front. A good chance for Davidson. His shot goes wide. Another shot on net, and McGinnis scores to tie things up at 4. What a shot. And the Weeks will pull out Thorne. And Serhando's out there ready to go. Islanders with a beautiful shot from McGinnis at the blue line. Tie things up 4-4. One back. Ellis's pass goes wide and down the length of the ice. We'll get an icing. That gives Serhando a chance to warm up. Thorne letting in 4 goals on just 9 shots. Ed McLennan decides to throw Serhando out there to give him a try tonight. One back, a shot on net goes high from Sullivan. Ellis with it, keeping in his zone as he moves it out. Intercepted by Cameron. Cameron moving in now, a couple moves. Back for Eisner. Eisner moves it back up to Sullivan. Sullivan with a shot blocked by Davidson. Here comes Watt with it now. Getting some pressure from Cameron, and he'll dump that one into the weak zone, Battle for it behind Serhando. That's moved up for McKenzie. McKenzie back for White to Cameron, up to Eisner, and he'll play it up to McIntosh, who throws it into the Islanders zone on the backhand. Around the net now, McGinnis playing it over. He's hitting to the boards heavy. Watt getting across the red line, and he'll dump it in. Burcham trying to break it out now. McCachran's pass gets blocked, but he regains possession and moves it up. Frazier couldn't get the puck on his stick. So he'll battle for it with a big hit, and it's off for Eisner. Eisner flipping it over to McCachran, who's down on one knee to grab it, and he'll dump it in for Frazier. Frazier behind the net. Aiden McDonald gets possession off him. Trying to play it up, McCachran keeps it in. Behind the net now, Croft there, battling for it. Moved up. Number 27, McGinnis, dumps it in on net. Serhando keeps it out. Moved up the glass and down the length of the ice. And we'll get an icing against the Weeks with 15:33 left in the second. Fleet taking the draw against Frazier. One back by Fleet up to Chisholm. Chisholm shot on net, goes in, and the Islanders take the lead, 5-4. With a shot that sneaks through the 5-hole off the stick of McGinnis, or Chisholm, excuse me. So Islanders take their first lead of the game as they have the puck again. It's off for Fleet, and that's offside. Draw just outside the weak zone. One back and moved up to Kidd. He can't get there, but he'll race for it. It's back for Swain. Swain up. Sullivan over to Cameron. The shot on net. And it's covered up by Bell. So the draw here in the Islanders zone. Sim taking it against Hook Shorts. Played up the boards. McKenzie's there trying to keep it in. He'll battle with Kieran McDonald for it. It's back for Ellis. Ellis over. McGinnis moving it up. Kieran McDonald racing for it. He'll get to the corner first. McKenzie's there to push him into the boards, trying to get possession. Move back. McGinnis loses it. So Williams will take it as he moves it up. Over to Swain, and that goes up high and into the netting. draw just outside the Islanders' zone. Weeks pushing to tie things up as soon as they can. Kieran McDonald racing for it. Bertram gets there first and dumps it into the Islanders' zone. It's off for McGinnis. That's moved up. McCacker with a shot on net, blocked in front by Ellis. Shorts moving in now. He almost gets hit off that one by Bertram. And it's moved around. McDonald at the line with a shot on net off the leg of Pugsley. McCackeren moving up, playing it through. He'll hand that off for White, and White dumps it in. Eisner racing for it. Up. McIntosh with a shot from the line. Played behind the net. White's there. He'll move it back for Eisner. Eisner behind the net. He's looking for a play. That pass gets blocked by McGinnis and moved out to the neutral zone. Hunter McDonald racing for it. Behind the net now, Serhando coming out to make a play. Off for Bertram. And Bertram makes a stretch pass up to White. And it looks like that went off the stick of White and into the Weeks bench. So another draw here outside of the Islanders' zone. Draw one back by Frazier. Move over to Sullivan. Sullivan dumps it in. That goes off the ref's elbow. Not a nice feeling. That's moved up for Chisholm. Putting some pressure on his Croft. Keeping it in the Islanders' zone. That's back for Frazier with a shot on net. Goes wide. Looking for the rebound in front. The net's off. The draw here in the Islanders' zone. Frazier taking it against Aiden McDonald. McDonald wins it back. Chisholm playing it around to Hunter McDonald. As he fires it up, Sullivan racing for it. Chisholm's on his tail. Back around for Cameron. Cameron playing it up. That pass is intercepted by McDonald to Chisholm. Can't get his stick on it. And that's into the corner for Cameron. Cameron taking it up now into the neutral zone. To Pugsley. Pugsley dumping it in for Cameron. He plays it in front. A shot on net from Croft. Saved by Bell. Frazier with it. To Pugsley. To Croft. Another big save by Bell. That'll move up to Cameron. Cameron over. Williams with a shot blocked in front by Frazier. Moved off. Pugsley. Over to Croft. Croft will circle back. As he keeps it in at the line with a good move and a shot on net. Covered up by Bell once again. A few great saves from Bell to keep his team ahead 5-4 with just 12:14 left in the second period. Draw one back for the Islanders. Ellis tries to play it out, but McKenzie keeps it in. Ellis pushing it out again. It's up for Williams in the neutral zone. He'll play it up. Green trying to stick that one down. No icing on that play. Throwing it up. Pass intercepted by Sim. Kidd grabbing it. Weeks will have to clear out before he can go in with it, and he'll dump it in. Moved up for Davidson as McKenzie lays the body. McGinnis trying to play it through. McKenzie grabs it. He'll move it over to Williams. Back to McKenzie. McKenzie playing it up to Sim. That's played through. Ellis battling with Kidd as he gets high sticked, and we're going to get a penalty here. As Ellis isn't happy about that one, exchanging some words with Kidd. But nonetheless, Kidd draws the penalty And Weeks go to the power play once again as they look to tie things up almost midway through the second. Croft taking the draw. That's one back. McKenzie moving up to Bertram. Bertram to Frazier. Frazier back to Bertram with a shot on net blocked in front. A big block from Hookshorst. Battle forward in front of the Weeks bench here, and it's off for Pugsley. Over to McKenzie, looking for his second. Played through, and he scores! Nick McKenzie! Things are all tied up as Nick McKenzie gets his second of the game. A quick goal on the power play. Weeks looking for that one. We're back to even strength here. Battle for it at the line. McKenzie grabs it and he'll dump it. Behind the net now. Islanders trying to move it up. It's back for McKenzie. Moved over. White looking for it off the boards. Loses it in his feet and hit off that one. Flipped up and over. McGinnis grabs it and he'll try and dump it in on net. That's off the pad of Serhando. Kieran McDonald now. He'll move it up to Tremholm with a shot. That goes wide. McGinnis. That one exits the zone. Eisner will race for it. Tremholm trying to get there, and he will. Kept in by McIntosh. He gets held up and taken down to the ice. No call on that play. And a big hit there. Goes off the shoulder of White, and it's back. Cameron battling for it. Intercepts that pass. As it's moved up, Eisner can't get his stick fully on it. So Sullivan will race for it, and it's back for Serhando, and he'll cover it up. We'll get a quick 1 minute break here as we're past the halfway point of the second period. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back, folks. The draw just outside the weak zone. 9:48 left to go in the second period. Things are tied up at 5. One back by the Islanders. Pass almost intercepted by Sim as he gets hit off by Ellis and pushed down again. Played through. A shot on net. Serhando keeps it out off of a risky play. It's up for Ellis with another shot. Blocked in front and covered up by Serhando. Serhando came out of the net to play it and didn't realize how close the Islanders players were. Quickly circles around back to his position and keeps that one out of the net. Push through. Sim in there in the corner now. Trying to move it up for Kidd. That pass gets intercepted. Played back in. Sim there again. Another shot on net. Flips just over the back of the net. McDonald with it now. Playing it up to Ellis. Ellis with a shot goes high off the glass. McCachran moving it up now for Frazier. Frazier over. Sim can't get his stick on that one. So that's played through. Sim back to Frazier. A nice pass. Frazier trying to get played through. He's hit off that one by McDonald. Cameron keeping it in. Or McCachran, sorry. Around the side of the board. Chisholm plays it up to Aiden McDonald. Moved up to Hunter McDonald. A little too far ahead of him. And we'll get an icing against the Islanders. Left in play, draw here in the Islanders zone. And McIntosh is going to get kicked out. Green will come in for him. That's one back to Ellis. Islanders rimming it around the boards, trying to get it out. Battle for it, Swain gets back. Hit into the boards heavy by McDonald. And we're going to get another penalty against the Islanders. A dirty hit into the corner. Swain's up and all right. A little shooken up, I imagine. But McDonald will go to the box. And McKenzie will go to the box as well. And we're going to get some 4-on-4 action. Why McKenzie went to the box. Ken McLennan having a conversation with the ref here, I'm sure, as to why. McKenzie defending Swain after the big hit in the corner. And that's moved around for Sullivan. Sullivan plays it up. Back for Pugsley. Pugsley in the Islanders zone, battling for it. That exits out. Cameron getting back. He's got Watt on his tail. Moved up. Sullivan flipping it up high. Croft racing for it. Kieran McDonald gets there first. As it's moved up to Watt. Watt taking it into the weak zone now. Sullivan hitting him into the boards, trying to get possession. Frazier in there battling as well. It'll come out. McGinnis with a shot on net. Quickly goes off the pad of Serrando. And it's moved up to Tremholm with a slapper from the blue line. Goes off the outside of the post. Pugsley trying to get there, and we'll get a stoppage in play for what I'm not sure. But both teams will get some fresh legs out there. Sim battling for it, but the Islanders win that draw, and a weird bounce goes in front of Serrando. McCachran picks it up and moves it to Sim. Sim having a look for his passing options as he moves it to Burcham. Burcham shrugging off Fleet. He'll walk into the corner, plays it in front, no one's there. McCachran picks it up the line, and he'll try and push it through. Kidd will race back to grab it. Kidd now moving it to Burcham. Burcham dumps it in. Sim racing to get there. That's back. Hugh Shorst trying to play it out. It's kept in by Burcham. Pushing it through again. Burcham trying to battle for it. Sim loses his stick and it's off for McCachran. Back to Burcham. Burcham playing it up to Green. Green gets poked away off that one, and here comes Aiden McDonald. Couple nice moves in, plays it in front. That's off the stick of Serrando and off for Kidd. McGinnis racing for it. McCachran pushes him off that. And it's moved in front. A shot from Number 27, McGinnis, goes wide, but it's kept in by the Islanders. Kidd now moving up to Sim. Sim can't get a stick on that one, so Ellis grabs it in his own zone. Moves it over to McGinnis. McGinnis playing it up. McCackern trying to lay the body. And it's back for Bertram. And down the length of the ice, we'll get an icing call here against Weeks. Draw here in the weak zone. 5:38 left to go. Moved way back to the Islanders zone here. No icing on this play. It's back around. Islanders looking to set something up to break it out here. Taking a moment behind his net. It's McGinnis as he moves it up. Played over to Aiden McDonald. He pushes past Williams, but McIntosh is there. It's off for McKenzie, who's out of the box now. Battle forward at the line. Played around Williams, trying to push through as he goes down to the ice. Moved up. Here comes Eisner. Eisner playing it up to McIntosh behind the net. And no one's there as he makes a backhand pass and turns it over. McKenzie grabs it. Sullivan moving it up, and McIntosh tips it high into the Islanders zone, and they'll go off for a change. And here come the Islanders. Played through into the weak zone. Sullivan racing for it. Kidd now behind his own net will play it around, turns it over to Hunter McDonald. He'll play it over to open ice. Fleet couldn't get there, so Cameron grabs it. He's got Swain with him. Over to Swain. That one's tipped away by Watt. Or Tremholm, sorry. Tremholm getting it through. Can't get a shot off. It's up. Another shot on net. Gloved up by Serhando. Looking through traffic. Draw, one back by the Islanders. Moved up to Ellis. Ellis with a shot. Goes off the back of the glass. McDonald pushing for it. Fleet's there, and that exits the zone. McGinnis throws it in. Glove down by Bertram, and he has possession now as he brings it to the neutral zone. Moves around McDonald. Hands it off. Croft's there. Croft with a shot on net, goes off the pad of Bell. Croft picks up his own rebound, but Ellis grabs it. Moves around. McGinnis trying to play it up for McDonald. Kept in by Bertram. Walking in. Bertram plays it in front. Tipped away by McGinnis. Bertram again with it. Off for Croft. Croft at the blue line. Plays it in. Pugsley. Behind the net. Plays it up for Frazier. Kept out by Bell. And things will stay tied with 2:59 left in the play of the second period. Draw here in the Islanders zone. One back by White. Up for Williams to McKenzie. Another shot on net by McKenzie goes behind. Moved around. Watt trying to get there, but he gets some pressure put on him from White. Watt trying to get it out again. Kept in by McIntosh. White with a couple nice moves. Plays it over to McKenzie. McKenzie behind the net now. Loses that one as that's moved up to Davidson. Davidson moving up to Watt. Watt's poked away. And it's back for McCackern, who throws it in, and we'll get a stoppage in play. And McKenzie will go to the box for head contact. So Islanders at the end of the second period with a power play opportunity to take the lead and head into the third, 6-5. McKenzie with his second penalty of the game, but he makes up for it with 2 goals. It's back for Tremholm. Tremholm to McDonald. McDonald over. That pass is intercepted by Sullivan as he tries to poke it through. Kept in by the Islanders. In front, goes wide. Croft clears the ice, and Frazier will race forward. Tremholm there. It's played around by Bell. Fleet grabbing it, and he'll skate around his own net and pick up some speed in the neutral zone. Fleet playing it through. Sullivan's there. Put some pressure on him, and there'll be a battle for it behind the net. Off for Frazier. Frazier along the boards. Taken down to the ice by Fleet. No penalty on that play. And Sullivan's down on the ice as well, and we'll get a stoppage in play, as I believe the refs couldn't see the puck there. Both teams will get some fresh legs out there. McIntosh taking the draw against Kieran McDonald. Draw one back with the help of Watt to Ellis. Ellis over to Aiden McDonald. Over to Davidson. Back up to Ellis with a shot of net off the shoulder. Serhando, and cleared out by White. Ellis behind the net now. He'll move that up for Watt. McGinnis trying to play it through, and that one goes high off the stick of Burcham. Up for Aiden McDonald now. He'll play it over. That one exits the zone, and the Islanders will have to regroup. Ellis playing it through, and that one's tipped in by Watt. Chasing forward is Cameron as he tabletops Kieran McDonald. He's pushed down to the ice a couple times. Kieran McDonald and Cameron pushing and shoving in the weak zone. Cameron playing it through. And McDonald dumps it in. 17 seconds left to go. And Kieran McDonald pushes down Serhando. And we'll get a stoppage in play here. Kid checking up on Serhando, making sure he's okay. I'm not sure what happened there. If I didn't fully catch it, if Kieran McDonald, slamming the door there, not happy about that one. I'm not sure if he pushed down Serhando or just made some accidental contact with his blade. But he'll go to the box. And with just 4 seconds left here, Weeks will go to the power play, and that'll carry on to the start of the third. One back to Croft with a shot on net quick. Goes around, and that'll be the end of the second period. Another exciting one. And they'll exchange some words here at the end as Serhando comes out. His team rallying around him. But nonetheless, second period will end with both teams being tied up again, this time at 5-5. Shots 31-16 for the Weeks. And they'll head into the third with a 1:56 power play to try and get the lead. We'll be back in just a moment for the third. And welcome back here, folks, to the third period of this matchup between the Weeks and the Islanders. An exciting couple of first two periods, Things are all tied up at 5. Weeks have the man advantage to start things out here. And the puck is dropped. Weeks win it back over to McKenzie, to Bertram. Bertram having a look as he hands it back to McKenzie. McKenzie up to Pugsley. He'll try and play it through. Davidson's there, and he'll throw it back down into the weak zone. Serhando's there, and he'll play it off for McKenzie, who will take a minute behind his net. Moved up to Frazier. Frazier off. A shot on net from Croft goes wide off the pad of Bell. Moved up now and played over. Frazier's at the line, keeps it in. Hands it to Bertram. Down in for Croft, who plays it in front over to Frazier, and he can't get the shot off. Draw thrown up for Frazier. Having a look. He's in the corner now, trying to play it through. McKenzie over. Played back up, and Frazier keeps it into the line. Hands it over to Bertram. Bertram going into the corner, plays it in front. Rebound's alive. Puck's still out. Can't get a cover on it. Tripped up in front. No penalty on that play. We'll get a stoppage here. The net is off. A close chance for the Weeks to take the lead there. Bell shuts the door on a number of shots on the rebound. Kidd taking the draw now against Hunter McDonald. That's one back. Over to Sim. Sim walking in, plays it down behind the net to Swain. Back up to Sim. Sim back up to the blue line for Cameron. Over for Kidd, back to Sim. Sim plays it in front for Williams with a shot in front, and Sim can't bury the rebound. So Hunter McDonald will throw it out to the neutral zone where Cameron is. Hand it off for Williams. Williams playing it through. Shot on net. Goes off the shoulder and out. Bell with another big save. Sim over to Williams. Down in for Kidd. Kidd moved up. Sim with a shot on net off the leg of Ellis, and that exits out to the neutral zone for Hunter McDonald. Back to even strength now. Played back in, Sims in his own zone, and he'll hand it over to Williams. Williams playing it back to Sim. Sim dumps it in. Battle for it along the boards. That shoots out, and the Islanders bring it to the neutral. Moved over. McCackern crossing the red line. He'll dump it in on net where it's gloved down by Bell. Draw here in the Islanders zone. Shots 35-11 for the Weeks. 17:28 left to go. Fleet will get kicked out of the draw, so McGinnis will have to come in for him. Played up. McCackern fires it back into the Islanders zone. Moved up. Fleet can't reach that pass. So McCackern picks it up behind the net and fires it around the boards, where we'll get an icing against the Weeks. Draw here in the weak zone now. Fleet taking it against McIntosh. Fleet wins it back. Moved up to Tremhall. He'll fire it in. That goes up high and off the glass. Fleet behind the net trying to get there. McCackern will have to battle for it. Still battling for it in the corner. Sullivan comes out with it behind his net now. He's got Fleet on his trail, so he'll have to circle around and hand it over to McCackern. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan moved up, and White tips it in to the Islanders zone where Eisner will chase, trying to get there. And he will. Behind the net now. Poked away by Fleet and moved over to Davidson, who will try and clear it. McKenzie's there. He'll throw it in on net. Blocked in front by Chisholm. Move back up. McKenzie keeps it in. He'll walk in looking for his third. Plays it in front, and Kidd tries to bury in the rebound, but the door is shut by Bell. Draw in the Islanders zone. Sim taking it against McDonald. It's one back by Aiden McDonald. Moved around the boards. Kidd's there, and he'll play it in. Sim battling for it. Ellis comes out with it, and he'll move it into the neutral zone. Hands it over to Watt. Watt walking in now. Hit off that one by Williams. Williams with it, and he'll bring it out into the neutral as he hands it to Green. Green playing it through for Kidd with a nice pass. A shot on net goes high and into the netting. Draw here in the Islanders zone. One back and moved up to McCachran. He'll dump it into the corner. McCachran keeping it at the line again. Tipped down, and it almost bounces in. A high stick. Croft battling for it now. It's played in front. Rebound's alive. The puck wasn't covered, and the ref blows the whistle there. Didn't see that one. Weeks players frustrated by that, but there's nothing you can do. So they'll take the draw in the Islanders zone. Croft taking the draw. He'll win it back to Williams. He'll get some immediate pressure from Chisholm, and he'll dump that one in behind the net. It's moved around. Davidson trying to clear it, but McKenzie keeps it in. That'll eventually exit out, and Cameron grabs it in his own zone, getting some pressure from Watt. Cameron skating through now. Hands it back. Played over. Frazier misses the 1T as it goes high. McKenzie with another shot off the pad of Bell. Cameron playing it over McKenzie with another shot on net. Hit in front off a leg. McGinnis grabs it, trying to bring it out, but the Weeks get possession again. It's Croft, and that'll exit out to the neutral. He's getting some pressure from McGinnis. Walking in now, he'll drop pass to Frazier, and that gets poked away. Frazier will play it back to Williams. Move back to Frazier. Frazier trying to play it over. Tremholm's there, and he'll pick it up as he dumps it into the weak zone off the boards. Williams will grab it. Couple nice moves, and he'll get around as he moves up to Frazier. Frazier to White. White walking in now into the corner. He'll circle back around. He goes into the danger zone. Hit heavy into the boards. No call on that play. Move over to Williams with a shot on net. Blocked in front. Williams will go back for it. Hands it over Breton. Up to McIntosh. McIntosh walking through now. Hands it off for Green. That's over Breton. He'll dump it in on net. That's off the side of the pad and into the corner. McCachran playing it up to White, and White will dump it into the Islanders zone. Behind the net now. Ellis battling for it as that's up. McDonald playing it through for Tremholm, who gets it up. Behind the net now, Serhando moving it to Cameron. Cameron walking through now. Tries to toe drag around. Can't get past the Islanders defender. And it's up for Chisholm. Draw pass to Fleet with a shot blocked in front, and that goes up into the netting. The draw here in the weak zone, excuse me. It's pushed back over to McKenzie. He'll try and play it through. Kept in. Shot in front by Chisholm, kept out by Serhando. As McKenzie's down on the ice. Chisholm behind the net now, battling with Sim. It's up for McKenzie. McKenzie with a pass over to Kidd. Kidd with a couple nice moves, trying to get around. Down behind the net, he'll hand it off for Swain. Swain over, and it'll exit out off a leg into the neutral. Kieran McDonald over, Chisholm with another opportunity walking in, sticked away by Cameron. He'll drop it back, and Kidd's there. It's moved up, Fleet. Couldn't keep that one in, and here comes Swain and Sim. Swain dropping it to Kidd. Kidd over, and that pass is blocked by Fleet. A good opportunity. Sim was wide open in front of the net. Bircham up for Kidd. This Kidd, Sim, and Swain line is great at pushing offense. As it's back for Cameron. Moved up to Kidd. He gets poked away from that one. Played in by Chisholm. And we'll get a stoppage in play here. Draw here in the weak zone. To the right of Serhando. It's won back by the Islanders. Over to Tremholm. He'll throw it in on net. That's tipped wide and up into the glass. Kieran McDonald throwing it behind the net. It's up for Aiden McDonald. He'll pass it to Tremholm. That goes behind the net and wide. Pugsley battling for it. McGinnis keeps it in. And McCachran will grab it for the Weeks. Moves it over to Williams. Williams bringing it into the neutral now. He'll dump it in. It's into the glove of Bell. And he'll keep that one. .11:07 left to go here in this third period. Things tied up at 5. Lots of great opportunities from both sides as that goes into the neutral zone for Cameron. Cameron over to McKenzie. McKenzie fires it up to Croft. Croft walking in along the boards, hands it back. Pugsley can't get a stick on it, and that exits out. Cameron will have to race for it. So he moves it up to McKenzie. Pugsley couldn't get to that pass. So it's dumped in by McGinnis. McKenzie chasing again. To Cameron. Cameron up for Pugsley. As they battle for that one. Moving in the neutral now for Croft. He'll try and play it up. Here comes Pugsley walking through. Back to Croft. Croft with a shot on net. Goes off the pad of Bell. A nice toe drag shot, excuse me. Move back for Williams. He'll walk in. Shot on net from Croft again. Rebounds alive and Bell covers it up. McDonald getting Williams out of his goalie's area. Or sorry, Ellis it was. Draw here in the Islander zone. Sim taking it against Hoop Shorst. Shorst will get kicked out, and Watt will, or Davidson, excuse me, will come in as he wins that back. Sim's in there pushing for it, however. Moved over to Kidd with a shot on net, goes wide. And off, up into the blue line where Williams keeps it in. Sim behind the net trying to play it in front for Kidd. As that goes up. Bircham keeps it in with another shot on net. That goes into the corner. Watt playing it in the neutral. Glove down by Williams as he hands it over to Bircham. Bircham pushing through. Shot in front. Rebounds alive. And it bounces over the stick of Kidd and goes out to the neutral zone for McCachran. Kidd with it again. Playing it around. Into the corner now. He'll lose that one, and the Islanders take possession. As it's moved up for Davidson. He'll flick it into the weak zone, and we'll get an icing, I believe, against the Islanders. And as we're past the halfway point of the period, we'll get a quick short minute break here, and we'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back here, folks. Draw being taken in the Islanders zone. And it's one back for Cameron. He'll play it into the boards. Battle for it. Cameron trying to get it out. It's moved up to McIntosh, who takes a shot on net, sticked away by Bell. Battle for it again in the corner this time. As that's moved up for McKenzie. McKenzie circling around. He'll play it in where Bell will cover it. With 8:44 left in play. Draw again here in the Islanders zone. Sim taking it. It's one back by Fleet. Moved up, Bertram keeping it in. He'll throw it in on net where Bell plays it. Round for Chisholm. Moved up, McCachran grabs it and he'll throw it back down into the Islanders zone. Tremholm moves it. As it's up, Bertram and McCachran racing for it. McGinnis trying to get there first. Getting some help from Fleet in the corner. Sim hands it up to Swain. Swain moving through now into the Islanders zone. He gets some pressure on him, so he'll move it back to McKenzie. McKenzie over to McCachran. McCachran up a little too far ahead of Sim, so Fleet grabs it. Goes off the helmet of Sim as he tries to dump it. And Fleet will eventually clear it and move it down the length of the ice. No icing on that play. Sir Hando confused on that one. So it's moved through now. Kidd with the reverse hit on Hunter McDonald. Williams up to McKenzie. McKenzie moving it through now, racing there against Ellis. And a big reverse hit from McKenzie on Ellis. Flicked up high into the weak zone. Williams is there and he'll play it off for Pugsley. Around for McKenzie. McKenzie to Frazier as he tries to play it through. It's back for McGinnis. McGinnis moved up to McDonald where Croft will intercept that pass as he's off the bench. Williams playing it over for McKenzie. McKenzie up and it's tipped in by Croft. Behind the net now. McDonald grabs it along the boards and tips it off for Ellis. Croft putting on some pressure. Ellis moves it around behind the net for McGinnis. Moved up for Bertram. Bertram to Cameron. Here comes Cameron walking in. He's around Ellis and into the corner. He'll play it behind the net for Croft. Croft tries to play it in front. White's there at the blue line to keep it in. White back for Bertram. Bertram plays it into the corner. White will chase. He'll play it back behind the net once again. Frazier and Bertram going in for it. Bertram moves it around the other side. It's back for McGinnis. He'll try and stretch it up. McDonald couldn't get that puck on his stick. A close opportunity for the Islanders. White now. He'll flick it around, and he's taken down to the ice. I thought we were going to get a penalty there, but I guess not. As it's moved up, Williams in the neutral zone for the Weeks with it. He'll move it over to McCachran. McCachran dumps it in. That goes behind the net and around. Moved up. Kieran McDonald couldn't get a stick on it, so that goes the length of the ice. No icing on this play as well. McCachran in his own zone moves it to Williams. Up to McIntosh, excuse me. Here comes McIntosh. Drop pass to Eisner. That goes wide. Islanders moving the other way now. And we're going to get a penalty here, I believe, or maybe just offside. Just offside, excuse me. Draw here. Just outside the weak zone. 4:54 left in play. Tied up at 5. It's one back for the Weeks. McCachran to Williams. Williams moving through now, and he'll dump it in, and that hits the netting. So the draw here will be just outside the Weeks zone once again. Sim taking it against Hugh Shorst. Battling for it. That goes back for Cameron. To McKenzie, and he'll move it up to Kidd. Kidd will dump it in as he's high-sticked and taken down. No call on that play for him. Back behind the net for Green. Green in the corner, moving it up. McKenzie keeping it in to Cameron. Cameron getting some pressure from McGinnis. So it's handed off back to McKenzie with a shot on net. Tipped in front. Rebound's alive, and it's in! They score! Weeks take the lead. Nathan Kidd with the rebound. Thrown into the back of the net. With just 4:11 left, Weeks go up 6-5. A big goal here. The Islanders now chasing. Weeks looking to defend their lead and maybe extend it if they get the opportunity. Moved up for Watt to Fleet. He'll dump it in and move it to Cameron. Cameron to Pugsley. Behind the net now, McKenzie hands it off. Green having a look as he fires it around the boards to Croft. Played in front. Frazier can't tap that one in as it went up high and bounced around. Hands it off for Bertram. Bertram circling in, a shot on net. In front, Croft can't get a shot off. Move to Davidson. McCachran in his own zone, moves it to Bertram. Bertram now, as he hands it over to Croft. He plays it in for White. White with the toe drag in. What a move! And a shot on net covered up by Bell. A beautiful move from White. Bell shuts the door with just 3 minutes left to go here. Draw push through by McIntosh as that's moved up. McCacherin firing it back in. Chisholm's there, but he's getting some pressure. We're going to need a stoppage in play here, because I believe that puck exited. .2:45 left to go here. Push through and around the boards. Bertram's there in the neutral, and he'll dump it in. Tremholm moving it to McDonald. McDonald playing it up for Chisholm. Chisholm can't get there, so Bertram throws it up, and Tremholm can't keep it in. Or he will, excuse me. Bertram hands it over to McCacherin as he moves in now. Takes a shot on net. Along the boards now, battling for it. Moved up to McKenzie. McKenzie taking a moment in his zone, and he'll fire it down. Croft will... Refs blow the whistle for an icing. Croft clearly had it beat. Folks on the Weeks bench not happy about that one. And the refs will talk things over here. I'm guessing we'll have a center ice face-off. Still talking things over. And it looks like they've declared this an icing as the ref points down to the weak zone. He'll come over and talk to Ken McLennan. So it will be an icing. And the draw will be in the weak zone. But first, the Islanders will call a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back after the Islanders timeout. 1:54 left in play. That's pushed through. Play back around, Islanders with the empty net. Battle for it, and Croft goes down to the ice. Off for Chisholm to Fleet. Fleet hands it over. Chisholm, they're in, and it's cleared out. Back to neutral ice to Tremholm. Moved up through. Serhando gloving it down and handing it off for McKenzie. McKenzie throwing it down the length of the ice where Tremholm is. Tremholm moving it. Ellis battling for it, and he'll throw it into the weak zone. Chisholm chasing, McKenzie's there, and he'll clear it out to the neutral once again.
Last minute play.
Mackenzie flipping it up into the neutral now. McDonald with it. He'll skate through. Here come the Islanders, push through, and that pass is blocked. Back down, 43 seconds left in play. Chisholm handing it off. Fleet trying to get there, and that goes down the length of the ice, and it just goes out to the outside of the net. So we go back down to the weak zone, 36 seconds left. Islanders needing to tie things up here. And we'll get another timeout, it seems. An extremely close game here. Their previous matchup, not so much a close game. Weeks walked away with the 5-1 win, and now we're here.
We would like you to go to Milwaukee's back, and the gentleman in the ring here, I believe his first name is Red, when he plays the Milwaukee's back.
So here we go. Weeks looking to defend the lead for 36 more seconds. Islanders looking to tie things up. The puck is dropped and Weeks grab it. Battle for it in the corner. Islanders coming out with it, but White got it. Shot on net goes wide into the corner. For Watt now. Watt played in front, and Aiden McDonald, can't get the shot off. And that's cleared down the length of the ice. We'll get an icing against the Weeks with just 13 seconds left. And it's one into the corner. Up for Tremholm now. He'll take a shot, blocked in front by Kidd. A big block. 6 seconds left. Watt plays it in behind the net. Aiden McDonald trying to get there. 2 seconds left to go. Played it back, and that'll be the end of the game. And as someone could have definitely predicted, we'll get some pushing and shoving here into the corner. And the Weeks walk away with this 6-5 win. A close and entertaining game. Final shots are 49-19 for the Weeks. Some big goals here. Kidd walking away with the game-winning goal. Thank you for tuning in to High Button Sports, folks.